answer. This one
is correct. Is coming
yes,
same.
I got the same answer.
8 minus 2 minus 1 minus 4
Minus 1.
and minus 1. Yes. Okay. Now you got the idea.
Yes, sir.
So what you understood, what you studied in the theory, convolution in time domain is equivalent of multiplication in frequency domain, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So you can add this one in your lab journal.
Yes, sir.
All right. So all of you got the idea how to do it in frequency domain. Is anyone having any query, or you can do it? Okay, so Harshvardhan already demonstrated how to compute the circular convolution in frequency domain.
Okay, one more student I think we should ask, like Shashank or Siddhant. Siddhant, are you there?
Sir, I tried it once using the convolution function, and I found out both came out to be different, because the circular convolution just gives us 5 results for 5 inputs, whereas using the normal linear convolution we get 5 plus 5 minus 1 results.
Okay, so like what if what if I go on padding another 4 number of zeros in both the sequence? Okay, then I'll take the convolution, linear convolution, sorry, circular convolution. Will it be same as the linear convolution? Let's check it. Okay, so in the same code, you first find out its linear convolution first. First find out the linear convolution. Use the command directly. So are you writing convolution any?
Sir, I have written it here.
This is linear or what?
Yes, sir, linear, sir, linear.
Okay. So are you calling? You are calling that function, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Check it out too. Check it out. First run it and check it out. Don't pad any zeros now. Without padding 0, first check what is the.
Oh, without padding 0, sir. Okay, then I have to change it. 1 minute.
What about the x1? X1, did you pad up zeros there also?
Which one, sir?
X1.
X1, I have added zeros here.
Don't add zeros over there also. Yeah. Do you use x1 and x2?
X1 and X2, sir. This is the result. One displays the circular convolution and the other displays the linear convolution.
Okay, good. So now you pad how many zeros you need to pad? 2 zeros, right?
Sir, yes, sir, 2 zeros.
Yeah. No,
and they are automatically padded here, sir. So
according how many number of zeros you need to pad? According to the length of the output of the linear convolution.
so if I use 5 input or 5 number of things in first and 3 in second, then it should be 5 plus 3 minus 1. So it should be 7 totally.
Yes.
So the output should contain 7
yes.
output. So
yes, that many number of zeros you add in both the sequence.
I have to add it to both sequences.
Yes. Then only you can perform the circular convolution, right? In the bottom you add up. Bottom don't add there, because otherwise your circular convolution will also change.
Then here, if we consider in that case, then the linear convolution would be of 10 and 14 sequences. So it would be 22 totally. Like, I mean,
the sequence that you used, right? For the sequence, Okay, the linear convolution, it gives us how many values? 7, right? That we are showing here. The output 1, 1, minus 1, minus 4, minus 1, 7, minus 3.
Yes,
This is
sir.
the linear convolution output, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how many elements are there? 3 plus 3 plus 1, 7. So you
7.
need to add how many zeros to make it 7? In the first sequence, you need to add how many
2
zeros?
zeros.
2 zeros. Add 2 zeros after that.
Yes, sir. That's what I was
And the
trying to
second
say.
one, how many you need?
4.
Yeah, 4. Now use the not circular convolution, you use circular convolution.
Oh, using the okay, sir. 1 minute.
Use the circular convolution.
Sir, I have made it here, but I am just writing it down here.
Okay, it is.
Oh, yes, sir. It is showing us the linear convolution of 2 sequences.
Okay, so in the first case, what was the linear convolution output? The second
So this
case, it is
was,
coming same.
yes, sir. This is due to linear convolution, and this is due to circular convolution.
Convolution. Is it same? Mark it.
Yes, sir. They are the same.
Okay, now you got the idea.
Yes, sir.
So you can compute the linear convolution also using circular one.
Convolution. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So everybody got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can also still compute the linear convolution from the circular one. Just you need to add that many number of zeros.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why you need to learn the linear convolution? Basically, what is the motto of learning that one? Why you learn that one? Deviation from this property, then your convolution of impulse response with input will not give you the output. Okay, but in that case, your system should be LTI system. Clear? Okay. Now, so the same thing, what is there in time domain, you are looking at the impulse response, and the same thing we are looking at the frequency domain. What? It's frequency response. Okay. So now, if I represent the system in the Z domain, how can I write it? LTI system, write in Z domain. How do you write it? Let me present my screen so that we can discuss a bit more clearly. Is it?
Yes, sir.
So how can I write the output of a system? Can someone tell me? LTI system, right? Is it visible what I'm writing?
Yes.
Right. So what is the output of LTI system?
Sir, input X of n convolution, it's impulse response.
Yeah, it is H of n, and you are giving X of n, and you are getting Y of n, right? That is X of n convolution with H of n, right? And also this LTI system. So basically, we represent with two structures. Okay, so the impulse response is based on the nature of the impulse response. So we mentioned the LCI system is of two types. One is what? One is FIR type, finite impulse response. Okay, so H of n is finite, and another one is infinite, right? IIR system, isn't it? Isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we need to respond. Huh? So now this Y of n, how can I write this Y of n in difference equation form? We write the difference equation form as like this: yn equal to 1 to n capital N a k y of n minus k plus summation k equal to 0 to m bk x of n minus k. What is ak and bk? So these are nothing but the representation of the impulse response H of n in terms of, this is called the in general representation, or we call the IIR form. Okay, and if you have this term, if you omit this first term, then it becomes a FIR system, isn't it? Or if we represent in the Z transform as this is as H of Z, which is nothing but Y of Z divided by X of Z. So output divided by input in Z domain. So that we basically represent with the help of k equal to 0 to m bk z to the power minus k divided by summation k equal to 1 to n. So this will be actually 1 plus to n ak z to the power minus k, isn't it? So basically we write in this fashion. So
Yes.
this is in general form of representation, or we call it the IIR system, especially. Okay. So when we represent FIR, especially, so in FIR case, this term or the denominator term is completely vanished. Okay. So it will be 1. So this term will be 0, isn't it? So this term in FIR system, this term will be 0, right? So my Y of n is nothing but we write. It is with the help of k equal to 0 to m bk x of n minus k, isn't it? Or in Z domain, we write this as in terms of k equal to 0 to m bk z to the power minus k, right? We write in this fashion.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or we write this one. Yeah, this is in time domain basically, and this is in Z domain, right? So how do you represent this FIR system? Okay, so if I represent the output of an FIR system, okay, any kind of LTI system in terms of FIR, so I will write this as separately the FIR system. Okay. So FIR system will be nothing but Y of n equal to summation k equal to 0 to m. Basically, we take it order of m, so that's why we use 0 to m minus 1 mostly. Okay, so h of k, then x of n minus k. Okay, So what would it be? What would be its structure? So now if I say realize this FR system, how do you realize this? So if you look at the structure, the output y of n, it will be nothing but So I'll give x of n. So what is this operation? If you see how it does, to compute any output at any n equal to 0. So what you have to put over here? So y of 0 is nothing but summation k equal to 0 to a minus 1 h of k x of 0 minus k, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means okay. So that means whenever you put the k, okay. So k is 0. Okay. So first value will be 0 minus 0 0. Okay. So x of 0th value. Then when you take k equal to minus 1, so it will be 0 minus 1. Okay. 0 of minus 1. So it is 1 unit delay of the value, isn't it? So this is nothing but the delay that we are using. So this is the delay. है ना? और पढ़े थे ना delay पढ़े है ना? So that means it is giving you k unit delay in the system. Okay. So it is represented as z to the power minus k in z domain, right? So that means it is to get the present value of the output, it is nothing but it is k number of delayed version of the input multiplied with its coefficients h of k. Okay, so h of k is nothing but your impulse response, or we write in the bk. Okay, so what we write here bk. So these coefficients are nothing but here h of k that we see. So this is the impulse response. Impulse response of the system. Okay, the finite impulse response. Okay, so how do you write this one? So if you look at the structure of this, so this will be x of n. Then I need to have k number of delayed version of that. Okay, so x of n minus 0, x of n minus 1, x of n minus 2, x of n minus 3, like that only, isn't it? If I go on putting this k value here, so it is getting 1 unit delay, right? Okay, so if it is x of n, so to get x of n minus 1, what should I get? What should I put over here? Can anyone tell me? So that means this is 1 unit delay. Okay, so this is giving me 1 unit delay. So n minus 1 will get it over. So this will be z to the power minus 1. So this will give me 1 unit delay, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if I add x of n, then I need to get over here my output as x of n minus 2. That means 2 unit delay. Okay, so what should I get here? So z inverse, then cascade another z inverse. That will give me x of n minus 2, isn't it? Similarly, I go on up to kth number of delays to realize this FIR system. So how do you do this? So this will give me directly x of n. Then if I take 1 z inverse, so that will give me x of n minus 1. Okay. Sorry. So let me write over here. So this will give me x of n minus 1. Then if I put another delay, so that will give me here x of n minus 2, isn't it? So I'll go on doing like this, and then I'll put another delay over here. So that will give me x of n minus 1. Okay, because here n minus 1 number of delays I have used. Okay, clear? So now this will go and multiply with its impulse response h of k, right? So k is 0, so it will be h of 0 multiplied with when k equal to 0, so that will give you directly the input present input value x of n. Okay, so this will be my h of 0. So this is the multiplication. Okay, so this will be multiplied with h of 1, isn't it? So if I give 1, when k is 1, so it will be h of 1. Here it will be x of n minus 1. So here x of n minus 1 you are getting. You are tapping over here. Then you are multiplying with h of 1, right? Are you getting the idea or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now again we will multiply over here h of 2, and then likewise it go on continuing. Okay, and what will be the multiplication over here?
So h of m minus 1.
Very good. So it will be h of m minus 1. Okay. Now after you multiply this multiplication, what then you are using? You are go on adding. Okay, this is the summation, isn't it? So that means whatever all the multiplication terms, they will come and added over here, right? And this is giving me y of n. So this is the FIR structure. Okay,
Yes, sir.
got the idea? So now if I give you this h of n in some way, if I give you this sequence h of n, okay, then I'll give x of n, then can you get the y of n using this structure FIR form? Can you get it?
Sir, once again, could you repeat what you were asking?
I'm asking if I give you x of n,
Yes.
and this h of n,
Yes.
then can you get y of n?
Yes. Sir.
Then how do you compute it? Can you code it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how do you do this coding?
Sir,
How do you
first
do this
we can
coding?
make a temporary. We can make a temporary variable for adding the things.
Yes.
First, we'll initialize it.
Okay.
Then we will write like we will give to like n. We will give, sir, like n equal to 0 to that. We will give that there.
Okay.
We'll start for loop actually for n. Then we start a for loop for k.
Yeah.
And then we use our for loop, and then we multiply inside the for loop the x of this and h of it, and then we end. And then we write temp is equal to temp plus our multiplied output, and then after the process we get the input.
Okay, good. So actually we are approaching in a correct way. So let me make it a little bit more clear. So what is the thing that you are happening over here? You see this h0 to h of m minus 1, these are constant. This is not changing, right? Okay. So only thing that what is the value you are entering over here, that is getting propagated over here, here. Okay. So that means if I give at x of n at 0th instant, so this value will go over here. Okay. So what was here? 0 minus 1. What is the value? So that means 1 unit delay. So one time duration delay, 1 unit delay. Okay. So if it is 0, so it will be x of minus 1. X of minus 1 क्या होगा? वहाँ पे 0 होगा क्योंकि सिग्नल हम लोग का स्टार्ट हो रहा है यहाँ से x of n से, ठीक है? So if I find out x of minus 1, so what is it? Is 0 because I am starting from here, isn't it? So if I look at x of minus 2, okay, then it will be 0 because इससे पहले कुछ वैल्यू नहीं है मेरे पास, ठीक है? So I have only starting from here, from the present instant, right? Are you getting the idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this x of n. So whenever you then here you have to put a register. Okay. So here you have to put a register. Here you have to put a register. So these values only need to tap. Okay. So this x of n minus 2, x minus 1. Okay. So this is another one register value. You define a register over here. Okay. So this is the register. Okay. So in this register, once you input for 0th instant, you need to input x of 0. Okay. All the rest of the values will be 0, isn't it? All the rest of the values will be 0. Here, because there is no value before this at the 0th instant. Okay. So y of 0 जैसे निकलेगा, so यहाँ हम लोग 0 0 असाइन कर देंगे रजिस्टर को, right? So that means it will be x of 0th value, then 0 0 0, it will go up to n minus 1. This will be x of n minus 1. Minus of n minus 1. Isn't it?
Yes.
And then it will go on multiplying with its corresponding h values. This is my h. Okay. H of n, right? Then you multiply. Once you multiply, then go on adding. That will give you the y of 0. Yes. Getting the idea?
Yes.
Now when you need to find out y of 1. Y of 1 क्या होगा यहाँ पे? So that means what? It will be what?
Sir, h of 0 into x of 0 plus h of 1 into x of 1.
Yes. So it will be, if we put 1 over here, so this will be 1 minus k will go for 0 0 to m minus 1. So it will be x of
n.
x of 1. Okay. So then h of 0 into x of 1. Okay. H of 1 into x of 1 minus 1. So it will be x of 0. Are you getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Then it will be h of 2 into x of 1 minus 2. So that means minus 1, x of minus 1, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means what was here? So it is 0. So let me represent this one, x of minus 1 here. It was x of minus 2. It was x of m minus 1. Then first, for the first instant, when you are calculating y of 0. Then when you calculate y of 1, so what will be the scenario? So this h of value will be same, okay, because it is not going to change. So it is nothing but multiplication of what we get, y of 1 will get by multiplication of h of 0 into x of 1, isn't it? Then plus h of 0 1 into h of x of what? 1 minus 1, isn't it? So this will be x of 0, right? So then h of 2 into x of 1 minus 2. So that means x of minus 1. It will go on like this, isn't it? Up to h of m minus 1 into x of what? X of m, yes, m minus 2, right?
Yes.
Are you getting the idea? So that means in the second case, what is happening? So what was there in this register in the first value? So that is coming here. It is going to shift, okay, and here it will be just replaced by the current value, x of 1, isn't it? Because this is h of 0. H of 0 is multiplied with x of 1. You see over here, this one. x of 0 multiplied with x of 1, right? So that means x of 1 is now current value. So it will multiply, it go and multiply the h of 0, and by the time what was the value here, h of 0, so it will come over here. Okay, so it will become now x will come over here, so it will be 1 unit delay. ये यहाँ आ जाएगा तो 1 यूनिट डिले हो जाएगा, है कि नहीं? Are you getting the idea or not?
Yes.
And then it will multiply with the h of 1. Okay, here h of 1 is there. This is h of 1. This is h of 0, right? Okay. And then what was the x of minus 1? X of minus 1. Now it will come to here. It will multiply with h of 2. Okay. So what was there here? So it will come over here. So 0, 0 will come over here. This 0 will come over here. This 0 will come over here. And what was the over here? It will come over here. 0. Okay. So all zeros except the first 2 points. First 2 will be non-zero, and rest of the a minus 2 points will be 0. Clear? Then you go and multiply, and that will give you y of 1. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then for getting y of 2, then what will happen? So y of 2 will freshly come to the first value, the first register. Okay, so first register over here. Then x of 1 was there in the first, so that will go to the second position. And what was the x of 0 earlier? That will go to the third position. That means 1 unit delay again, right? So ultimately, you see in every computation of every value of output y of n. So what we are doing? So fresh value of the input we are passing to this register, and what was there earlier here, it will go to this register value, and what was here, it will go to the next register value over here. Like that only, you go on shifting 1 unit like that, isn't it?
Yes.
That means 1 unit you go on shifting. Okay, so for getting every value, so once the new value, we need 1 new value of the input, then the old values are going on shifting. So that shifting means we are getting the old value of the old value of the input here. Okay, so that means this Z inverse we are getting over here one old value. It is second old value. So this is -1 old value. Okay. So this register, once you define this register, intermediate register, so then here it will, the values in the register will go on shifting 1 by 1, and the first value of the register will occupied by the new value of the input, and what was there in the register earlier, that will go on shifting 1 unit. Okay, once you do that one, then just multiply with this h of 0 values, and that will then summation, that will give you y of n. Clear? So this is the FIR filter design, means FIR system design. Okay. Can you compute? Can you do it now? Write a code for this.
Yes.
Okay. So all of you, is it clear? I want to listen from anyone else also. Is it the concept clear? How to code like to find out the output of the FIR system, because this is my FIR system. Huh?
So, sir, what will be the input like, sir? Like n values, we should give the input.
Yeah, any input. Like, yeah, they take any arbitrary input of five values of x of n. Take 5 or 4 values of this h of n is the impulse response. Just think of that is the impulse response. This one.
Yes.
Okay. Then start finding out the output by doing this operation. All right. Just copy this figure, because I am now stop sharing. Then you go for the presentation of the MATLAB. So another is your impulse response. Sequence of your impulse response. That is why Y is your impulse response.
Yes, sir.
Mention it, impulse response. We can make it equal or doesn't need to be equal.
Okay, then I'll check it.
ठीक है, अभी इसके बाद क्या करना है? So you have to define a register.
Yes, sir.
Define the register.
Name and register itself.
The register has to be of length. How much?
Sir,
Of length?
X, length of X.
Length of
X.
X होगा या H होगा? तुम्हारा देखो रजिस्टर जो है वो H के वैल्यू के बराबर है. Okay, you are multiplying that register with your H value.
Yes, sir.
Impulse response, है ना? So you have to first define a register of zeros. That many number of zero. Initially you have to put the register 0.
Yes, sir.
Then तुम्हारा एक वैल्यू इनपुट होता जाएगा. First value of register. Then next values of register will go on shifting one by one.
Yes.
One unit shifting होता जाएगा. ठीक है?
Yes. Sir, I took first 3 zeros as the register.
So directly you write zeros 1, 3. You need to write. Use efficient writing of MATLAB code. 1, 3. No need to put square bracket. Square bracket जरूरत है क्या? Because we are not defining directly the values. No need to put the square bracket before zeros. अभी कौन सा ब्रैकेट यूज किया?
Sir, square brackets.
No, square bracket थोड़ी है. Variable डिफाइन है. Yes.
Now, is it visible, sir? This is the square bracket here. And
No. Now it is correct. So use the square bracket देने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. तो वो तो रजिस्टर 3 वेरिएबल का डिफाइन हो गया ना रजिस्टर. जब डायरेक्टली वैल्यू मेंशन करोगे तब स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में के अंदर लिखा जाता है. जैसे तुम एक्स वाई डिफाइन किया. अब जो वेरिएबल डिफाइन कर रहे हो तो उस समय जस्ट यूज इट आर्गुमेंट विद दैट कर्ली ब्रैकेट. Yes. Now you have to use a for loop.
yes, sir.
And for loop, how long the for loop will go? Until unless you pass all the values of the input. है ना? तो ये कब तक जाएगा? 1 length of x. Then फर्स्ट ऑपरेशन क्या होगा? रजिस्टर का पहला वैल्यू को असाइन होगा इनपुट का.
We need to multiply, right? No, sir. X का first value हमें रजिस्टर के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा y के साथ.
नहीं, पहला ऑपरेशन मल्टीप्लिकेशन से पहले क्या होगा तुम्हारा? रजिस्टर में वैल्यू एंट्री होगा ना इनपुट का.
यस.
इनपुट का पहला वैल्यू रजिस्टर का फर्स्ट वैल्यू में इनपुट होगा. फिर रजिस्टर का बाकी वैल्यू शिफ्ट होता जाएगा 1 यूनिट. जो हम लोग अभी पढ़े थे ना, जो हम लोग डिस्कस किए. कैसे होगा? रजिस्टर का पहला वैल्यू रजिस्टर ऑफ 1.
I know, sir. Register of I.
रजिस्टर आई कैसे होगा? रजिस्टर 1 होगा ना.
फॉर लूप लगाए ना सर, तो अपडेट हो जाएगा ना. तो ये रजिस्टर 1 हो जाएगा स्टार्टिंग में.
तो आई वैल्यू रहेगा तुम्हारा क्या? इनपुट का जब चेंज हो इनपुट वैल्यू जो एंट्री हो जाएगा, क्योंकि रजिस्टर का फर्स्ट पोजीशन में एक्स का आई जाएगा. एक्स ऑफ आई.
यस.
एक वैल्यू इनपुट का स्टोर होता जाएगा फर्स्ट वैल्यू ऑफ द रजिस्टर, है कि नहीं? उसके बाद क्या होगा, सेकेंड टू लास्ट, सेकेंड चला जाएगा थर्ड पोजीशन में रजिस्टर का, थर्ड का वैल्यू चला जाएगा फोर्थ में, लाइक दैट ओनली। सो एक साथ उसको कैसे लिख सकते हैं?
सर्कुलर शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं सर
हाँ,
वापस।
कैसे लिख सकते हैं? रजिस्टर जस्ट वी हैव टू असाइन, है ना, 2 to 3 इक्वल टू रजिस्टर ऑफ 2 to 3। रजिस्टर का 2 से 3 वैल्यू है ना, 2 से 3, 2:3, यस, will be equal to रजिस्टर ऑफ 1:2। हो गया ना? हुआ कि नहीं?
यस सर।
तो पहला वैल्यू चला जाएगा सेकंड में, सेकंड वैल्यू चला जाएगा थर्ड में, और रजिस्टर का पहला पोजीशन में चला जाएगा इनपुट का करंट वैल्यू, ठीक है?
यस
आइडिया। नाउ इसके बाद होने के बाद रजिस्टर नाउ इज रेडी। तो रजिस्टर के बाद क्या हो रहा है हम लोग का? मल्टीप्लिकेशन विद द इंपल्स रेस्पॉन्स,
यस
है ना? तो मल्टीप्लाई द इंपल्स रेस्पॉन्स, देन यू ऐड इट, पॉइंट वाइज मल्टीप्लिकेशन करोगे, देन ऐड करोगे, उसका इक्विवेलेंट क्या है? जस्ट डू द मैट्रिक्स मल्टीप्लिकेशन,
yes sir I should make a temporary,
that is y of I, sorry, your output, तुम्हारा आउटपुट एक डिफाइन करो पहले।
yes sir
आउटपुट डिफाइन नहीं किया,
yes sir
इंपल्स रेस्पॉन्स हो गया, आउटपुट डिफाइन करो z।
yes
तो डिफाइन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, वैसे भी you can put it zeros,
no sir
or otherwise you can directly mention over here output, yeah, output, so p of I into register, रजिस्टर I क्यों लिख रहा है?
sir
रजिस्टर का corresponding all values of register will multiply with the impulse response, है ना? रजिस्टर डॉट स्टार y, देन समेशन होगा ना, मल्टीप्लाई हो जाने के बाद समेशन होगा,
yes sir
उसके आगे समेशन लिखो, सम लिखो, आउटपुट y के आगे आउटपुट y इक्वल टू सम ऑफ रजिस्टर जो लिखा है, उसके पहले सम डिफाइन कर दियो, नहीं तो नहीं उसमें वो नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। Okay, what you understood that way you write first, then I'll correct.
so registering to why we are doing no sir
हाँ, ये मल्टीप्लिकेशन हो गया, मल्टीप्लिकेशन के बाद फिर समेशन होगा ना, समेशन सिंबल था ना हम लोग का,
yes sir
हाँ, फिर समेशन करो सब वैल्यू को।
सर मैं एक टेम्परेरी वेरिएबल बना देता हूँ सर,
हाँ,
और मैं इसको फिर स्टोर कर देता हूँ सर।
हाँ, उसको लिखो टेम्परेरी, वहाँ जो लिखा है उसको टेम्परेरी
This is non-atmospheric modulation with non-light source. And this simple modulation
टेम्परेरी क्या यूज करो, p I
variable here, and to I'm adding the values of this sir, like op of 0 1 2 all my outputs will be
जितना आउटपुट आया op I नहीं होगा ना। अच्छा, अगर उसी इंस्टेंट में जब मल्टीप्लाई होगा तो कितना वैल्यू मिलेगा? तो रजिस्टर डॉट स्टार y लिख रहे हो तो तुमको कितना एक वेक्टर मिलेगा ना ये।
sir this is actually not matrix multiplication, it is like
but it will
multiplication,
be vector,
yes sir vector मिलेगा,
it will be vector, right?
yes sir
और वेक्टर को तुम I में कैसे स्टोर करोगे? वहाँ तो एक ही वैल्यू लेता है ना I,
yes sir
how to store? I just omit it, yes. Then take directly summation of OP, sum of OP, that's it, खत्म। मल्टीप्लिकेशन के बाद जितना आया that is summation of OP, sum of OP,
अच्छा,
that is your output।
ओपी के वैल्यूज हमें ऐड करना पड़ेगा ना?
हाँ ऐड करना है ना।
यस
एक समेशन सिंबल था ना आफ्टर मल्टीप्लिकेशन, जो ब्रांचेस आ रहा है मल्टीप्लिकेशन का।
सर आई कैन वन मोर फॉर लूप हियर एंड
फॉर लूप की जरूरत, व्हाई फॉर लूप की जरूरत है? फॉर लूप जरूरत नहीं
सर वेक्टर, आउटपुट वेक्टर के जो एलिमेंट्स है उन्हें ऐड करना है ना सर?
हाँ आउटपुट लिखो, आउटपुट 1 आई, वो हो जाएगा तुम्हारा आउटपुट इक्वल टू सम ऑफ ओपी, खत्म।
यस
दूसरा वेरिएबल नाम दो इक्वल टू सम ऑफ ओपी। सम ऑफ ओपी करोगे तो समेशन हो जाएगा सारा एलिमेंट। समेशन कैसे? हाँ सम ऑफ, अरे सम ऑफ मतलब ब्रैकेट।
सर
sum is the command, sum is the command for summation of a vector। ठीक है, हो गया, डन।
यस
फॉलो क्या करो,
यस सर।
अभी फॉलो पे एंड होगा ना। ओके हो तो गया, काम खत्म हो गया, फॉलो पे एंड करो, खत्म। That's it. Now is the rest FR filter now ready, है कि नहीं?
यस सर।
ये एलिमेंट्स कहां से आ रहे हैं?
समझ में आ रहा है? और रन करो, रन करके देखते हैं क्या रिजल्ट आ रहा है। ये फाइल की वर्ड है, उसको नाम नहीं दे सकते हो, फाइल का नाम।
सर फाइल का नाम है ना?
फाइल का नाम FIR की, because that is a keyword। हो गया, रिजल्ट आया?
नो नो सर, यहाँ पर सम नहीं हो रहा है सर। ये
OP1 करो, OP1 टाइप करो, OP1 प्लॉट करो वैल्यू।
यस सर, मिल गया ओपी वाला।
आ तो गया नहीं आ
सर हियर
there is one mistake, small mistake in your coding। छोटा मिस्टेक है, क्या मिस्टेक है थोड़ा आइडेंटिफाई करो, सोचो। and the mistake is there in the register when you define, when you give the input value to the register, there is a small mistake, very small mistake you have done। सोचो इसमें क्या कर रहे हो। प्रोसेस हम लोग जो पढ़े थे वो प्रोसेस को पहले देखो। प्रोसेस क्या था पहले एक बार देखो, जो डायग्राम बताया था डायग्राम को स्टार्ट करो। डायग्राम में क्या हो रहा है?
सर पहले हम रजिस्टर ले रहे थे, x ऑफ 0 उसमें स्टोर कर रहे थे।
हाँ जस्ट अ मिनट है, जस्ट अ मिनट।
सर यहाँ पर एरर लग रहा है। नहीं ये सर
जस्ट अ मिनट।
यस
क्या करना, ये मशीन जो है सिग्नल प्रोसेसिंग लैब
किसी का नाम बता दीजिए, उसके पास जाएंगे हम।
सिग्नल प्रोसेसिंग लैब मेन बिल्डिंग है हम लोग का, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स डिपार्टमेंट मेन बिल्डिंग है। ये सिग्नल प्रोसेसिंग लैब सेकंड सिग्नल प्रोसेसिंग लैब, जैसे आप ऐसे घुसेंगे ना राइट साइड में कोने में दो तो बड़ा सेकंड वाला ये है।
सर ठीक है, बाकी ये हम ला के देंगे। तो रजिस्टर में चढ़ा होगा ना, कहाँ से पता? रजिस्टर में चढ़ा।
हाँ हाँ हाँ
तो
डिपार्टमेंट
इसका नहीं ठीक होगा। एक बार दिक्कत होगा तो फोन में बात कर लीजिएगा।
मैं समझा नहीं आपको क्या
ये
चाहिए
साइन करवाना पड़ेगा।
HOD से हाँ तो नहीं डिपार्टमेंट से साइन करा लीजिए
कर देंगे।
हाँ और स्टिकर चिपकाना है तो आप नंबर चढ़ा के दे दीजिए हमको हम जाके वहाँ चिपका देंगे स्टिकर
नंबर आप लिख सकते हैं, लिख नहीं सकते।
ये नंबर आपका डिफाइन होके आएगा या कुछ भी नंबर आप दे सकते हैं
नहीं, ये नंबर है यहाँ, यही नंबर लिखवाना है।
वही नंबर वहाँ चिपकाना है
हाँ,
more complete this sample information to the higher since the students actually is all these positive value.
हम ये पेपर भिजवा देंगे वहाँ पे।
ये वाला पेपर
हाँ,
कहाँ भिजवाएंगे
छोटी के पास भिजवा देंगे। रजिस्टर कहाँ बैठे होंगे? रजिस्टर कहाँ?
रजिस्टर तो उधर बैठते हैं आप साइन HOD का करवाना है
हाँ,
HOD तो हमारे डिपार्टमेंट में मिलेंगे
ये आप करवा दीजिएगा। नहीं करना है, यहाँ साइन करवाना और यहाँ नंबर लिख देना। लेकिन ये सब किए हो ना? कंप्यूटर साइंस पढ़ाया।
मार्क्स कुछ लिखना नहीं है serial number 1 is
ये कहाँ पे वो अपना दिखा है?
solution of the input with its impulse response okay
Yes.
and then we define the impulse response as a FIR system. So now a FIR system is nothing but is giving me the convolve output.
Yes.
Okay. समझ में आ गया? What is the experiment and what is the things about? So this is called your FIR system design. Okay. And any LTI system can be thought of as a filter. So any LTI system can be thought of as a filter. Is nothing but it is giving you the behavior of the system, behavior of the LTI system. Okay. So suitably, if you choose that H of n, that will work out as a low pass filter. If you suitably you choose H of n, that will work as a high pass filter. If you suitably you choose H of n, that will work as a band pass filter. So designing a FIR system is nothing but designing a FIR filter, and its output you can see that will be work as a low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter. Is this category or this characteristic is only depends on the value of H of n. That's it. So I think when you read in the theory that filter design, you can visualize this more better way. But we'll do that lab. I think filter design हुआ है theory class में.
Yes, sir.
Filter design, FIR filter, IR filter design हो गया है ना?
Yes, sir. Direct form, cascade form, ये सब हो गया sir.
और those are the structure realization. So ये तो हम लोग अभी direct form structure of FIR structure हम लोग realize किया ना?
Yes.
ये filter design, filter. When I say filter, that means I am looking at the frequency information.
Yes, sir. Filter
Low
design.
pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter. ये सब क्लास में पढ़ाया गया है या नहीं?
Yes, sir.
तो लो पास फिल्टर यूजिंग FIR फिल्टर डिजाइन किए हो क्लास में?
Yeah, excuse me. Yes. No, actually, filter part that is low pass, high pass, that is not taught till now. So
Okay.
it will be taught in the 3rd or 4th module.
Okay, so low pass filter they have some idea, right?
Yes, yes. They have the basic idea of low pass filter and also some characteristics of low pass filter, how they when jet transform is used. Okay, so then what are the poles and zeros for different kinds of filter. That concepts have been provided. Okay. So the pole should be near the unit circle, while the zeros should be
Okay. Like you are talking of that pole zero behavior.
pole zero behavior. Yes.
Okay. But not exactly the filter design part, like the impulse response. What could be the impulse response?
No,
They have
no.
not done it. Okay, got it. So actually, Sarah has already discussed regarding what will be the response of a low pass, high pass from the H of Z. You know, once we have H of Z, so from that H of Z, the position of the pole and zeros will give you an idea what could be this H of Z is nothing but it is a low pass filter or a high pass filter, like that only. Okay. So after that, you will be discussing, actually you will be taught regarding how to design the values of H of n or H of Z, so that it will act as a low pass filter. When I say the values of H of Z, means its coefficients, BK coefficients that we discuss now. Now just like discuss that H of Z of a FIR system. No, that is summation k equal to 0 to a minus 1 bk z to the power minus k. So that bk is nothing but these are the coefficients, and that coefficients captures the characteristics of a low pass filter. The FIR system as a low pass filter. Clear? Idea? You got the idea? What is about the filter, FIR filter? Anyone? Yes. Can you respond? Okay. So you exercise this FIR system design. Okay. And how we realize this as a convolution operation using the FIR system. You all practice it. And the second thing, you all to design a composite signal, of a 3 sinusoidal frequency. Okay, 3 sinusoidal, a composite sinusoidal signal of 3 different frequencies, and find out its frequency response. Then you realize now this one. Then we'll design a low pass filter using this same FIR concept, this FIR structure, and then we'll pass the signal, okay, composite signal, and you'll see the spectrum at the output, or whether it is keeping the low pass signal and chopping off the high frequency components. We'll see that effect. That we'll realize that low pass filter in next class. Clear? Or should we do it here now? What about Abhinav Pratap?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What we should do from that sine signal once? Can you clear it again, sir?
Sine signal में क्या है? Let me present my slide again. So there it will be more clear. Okay. Yes, so let me present. अच्छा, ये दिख रहा है ना slide?
Yes.
Okay. So suppose there is a composite signal. The signal looks like this. Right? So this is the sinusoidal signal. Okay. T. So and this frequency, it is composed of 3 sinusoidal component with frequency 1f1. Suppose 10 hertz, then 20 hertz, then plus 50 hertz. Okay. So what is the constituent component? You see there is a sinusoidal signal of like this. So this is 10 hertz signal. Then I'll add with a 20 hertz signal. This is sinusoidal signal of 20 hertz, for example, and then you'll add a sinusoidal signal of 50 hertz. Could you see the changes in the sinusoidal signal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like that. So it will be 50 hertz. Okay, so the frequency is increasing in all three. Okay, so when I this mix of these three signals, that is giving me this composite signal. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So now if I take the Fourier transform of this FFT, so what should I get? What should I get ideally? So this will become my F, okay, frequency. So I'll get a impulse at 10 hertz. I'll get an impulse at 20 hertz. Then I'll get an impulse at 50 hertz. Isn't it? And ideally there will be minus 10 hertz here, this side, and this side will be minus 20, and this side it will be minus 50. All right, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting? You respond. Otherwise,
Yes, sir.
yes. So now I need to design a filter. You know, low pass FIR filter. Okay. So I'll design a low pass FIR filter. So that's response will be nothing but like this. Okay. So that means up to 30 hertz, my cutoff frequency will be here. And what is there after this? This is my cutoff frequency. Here, 30 hertz. I'll keep on 30 hertz. So this is my low pass filter, isn't it? तो इसके बाद ये सिग्नल को इस फिल्टर में पास करेंगे, दिस कंपोजिट सिग्नल. Okay, so ये कंपोजिट सिग्नल को यहाँ पास करेंगे. So what will be my output then? My output will be only I'll have impulse at 10 hertz and 20 hertz, and here minus 10 hertz and minus 20 hertz. Isn't it? So 50 hertz signal will not be there in my output. After you pass through the low pass filter, so this output will be nothing but we'll have the spectrum of the output like this. Okay, so this is my output, right? After filter, after passing, through the low pass filter. Isn't it? This thing you have to realize. Is there a low pass filter? समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं? Okay. So
Yes.
then we'll design a high pass filter. So that means it will be just opposite, है ना? High pass filter हम लोग डिजाइन करेंगे तो हम लोग filter response इस तरह से रहेगा. So that means it will only just clear the 50 hertz. The cutoff frequency will be 50 hertz. Okay, sorry, the cutoff frequency let us keep on 40 hertz, so that it will keep on only 50 hertz sample and rest too will omit. And iska mera output, if you take the 50 of this output, then it will only have a 50 hertz sample. Okay, this is the output of the high pass filter. Clear? Are you getting the idea? Abhinav, are you getting the idea? Are we connected or not? No response I'm getting.
Yes, Rahul sir, you are connected.
Okay. So students, all of you got this concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this thing you need to realize in your lab experiment in next lab class. So for that, first you try to generate this composite signal. Try to generate this composite signal. How do you generate the composite signal? Just first create this 10 hertz, 20 hertz, and 50 hertz signal. Remember, when you composite, so all the frequency, the sampling frequency f of s has to be At least greater than equal to how much? 100.
The maximum thing, yes, 100.
Yeah, it should be greater than equal to 100 hertz. So whenever you generate this signal, the signal 1, this is S1, this is S2, this is S3, right? When you generate this 3 signal, in each case, at least you should maintain the sampling frequency of 100 hertz. Don't keep any signal less than 100 hertz. Okay, clear? To generate a better composite signal and a proper composite signal. So these 3 things you have to generate. Can you do it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just on sharing the screen. So you present your screen. So let us do it. Good. Then I'll stop sharing my screen. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all of you make the note of this. A FIR system. Okay. And then find out the convolution using the FIR system. Okay. You can make a note of that. Today's experiment, aim of the experiment is to realize the FIR system and find out a convolution using the FIR system. Okay, clear? Abhishek Agarwal. Abhishek, did you get it? What happened, Abhishek? You unmute your mic and speak.
Actually, here I find some problem in selecting the this interval of time that t or x, whatever you have mentioned. So in that case, suppose your sampling frequency is 1/100. Okay. So you that sampling frequency, how you should mention sampling frequency? It is not that f/fs. Okay, from the in the first program, if you have seen that sampling frequency is the increment should be this one.
Yes,
That 0 to 1/fs to you can extend up to any value, time duration up to say 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it is. Okay, let us keep it to this 4 pi you have kept. So you keep it to some not in pi. Pi is already there. You keep it some say 5 seconds. Okay, 5 or 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Don't keep pi. Okay. So this way, and here sine 2 pi x. Okay, sine 2 pi f into x. Then no 1/fs in the signal y. So it means automatically it will sample. Your original signal is sine 2 pi ft. Okay, sine 2 pi ft. So in t you are sampling, in time domain you are sampling. So your original signal is already 20 hertz or 30 hertz, 50 hertz. Okay, then your this thing will be that. So all of you take note of this thing that while sampling, okay, the sampling interval, time interval or increment should be equal to 1/fs. Then only it will actually come. So you can reduce the time duration also. You have taken 0 to 10. You can to visualize it better way. You can keep it to some lower value, say 2 seconds or 3 seconds, 5 seconds. And also you can increase the sampling frequency more. So let us keep it say 200 hertz. Okay, so keep FS 200.
Now it looks like a sinusoidal signal.
Yes.
Earlier it was some mistake. Okay. Because of that it is not coming. Now take it a frequency domain. Let us see whether you are visualizing that 3 frequency or not. What is this?
Sir, I made a mistake in subplotting. 1 second.
You did a major mistake. Why did you major mistake?
Here.
Yes, now it is correct. You have to take absolute value of that. Okay. Right. So what are the frequency components?
So 20, 30, and 100.
Is it coming the same that you have taken?
No, sir.
And क्या लिए थे?
No, sir. Sorry. I took 20, 30, and 50, sir. I am getting the same.
Why you are plotting the mirror part? Take it either chop up that mirror part.
Yes,
otherwise take it in the negative axis.
Yeah.
It's better always to chop off the mirror part. You can't go beyond fs by 2 frequency in discrete domain, isn't it? What is the folding frequency?
Yes, sir.
We can look into fs by 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's why don't use always the frequency pins beyond fs by 2. Because that otherwise your analysis will be not better. Either you take it in the negative axis, otherwise you chop off at n by 2 or fs by 2.
Sir, how to take negative axis?
You use FFT shift, no? FFT shift you can use.
FFT shift पढ़ा गया था ना last class में?
हाँ, last class सर बताए थे तो उसको यूज करें.
तो भूल गए क्या? FFT shift यूज नहीं किया था क्या?
Sir, use किया था sir. Sir, is it visible now, sir?
अभी कहाँ फ्रीक्वेंसी आ रहा है देखो?
Sir, 1 second, sir. 51, 31, and 21.
So what was your frequency in the input?
Sir, 20, 30, and 50, sir.
50. Good. So one extra आ रहा है क्यों? इसलिए कि ये मतलब इंडेक्सिंग 1 से शुरू हो रहा है, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, अभी तुमको क्या करना है, फिल्टर डिजाइन करना है,
Yes.
क्योंकि 10, 20 एंड 30 रहेगा और 50 हट जाएगा, ठीक है। So how do you do this? You can use a command called FIR1. Check the help. Take the help of FIR1. Yes. See this, what is saying? FIR1 क्या दे रहा है, क्या लिख रहा है, बोल रहा है?
Nth order, we need to mention the orders on the nth order low pass filter and then WN, sir, the cutoff frequency.
Cutoff frequency.
So,
Okay, so हम लोग का order क्या होगा? What is the order? In a FIR structure, the order is what? Order is the M, ना 0 to M minus 1 जो लिख रहे हो, ठीक है?
M minus.
That M is the order. M minus 1 is the order, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can take any order of that. The order is more, the better your filter's response. Take any order, 30, 40, 50, 20, जो भी है. Make any order.
The cutoff frequency was 40.
Cutoff frequency क्या है?
40 hertz.
WN क्या है? What is the WN?
Sir, here WN is the cutoff frequency. So I took the cutoff as 40. Sir.
Cutoff frequency?
Yes.
Or it is normalized cutoff frequency? It must be normalized cutoff frequency.
Yes, it's normalized.
Okay, so normalized cutoff frequency means, so you have to mention your cutoff frequency divided by the sampling frequency. No, that will be a normalized one.
Yes.
Okay. So now you have to input your sequence. Input.
Sir, yes, a sequence.
No. Then you need to mention. Yeah, that will give you the filter coefficients. That BK.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That you are writing A equal to FIR1. That A is nothing but your filter response or
Yes.
your impulse response coefficients. Okay.
Yes.
Now you need to use these filter coefficients to filter out the signal. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And check out whether any other parameter is asking in that FIR1. और कुछ parameter है क्या?
No, sir. I'll run it once, so we'll get the filter coefficients.
No. Check in FIR1 the documentation. Is it requiring any other?
No, sir.
Any
We
other
got
coefficients?
filter coefficients. We got. Sir.
Got the coefficients?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now you use another command is there, filter. Okay, that will filter out your signal. Then again check the documentation, filter. What is saying?
It's saying that we need to mention the vector and then the A, B.
Then the what is saying?
Filter coefficients, sir.
Filter coefficients B and A. So B
Yes.
is the numerator coefficients in the IR structure. Actually, a filter, this command, it is used by default the IR structure. That
Yes.
means the numerator coefficient as well as the denominator coefficients. So actually in FIR case, we don't have the denominator. Okay.
B will be 1 here, sir.
Yes, very good. So A will be 1, not B. B is our FIR coefficients.
A, we got it from FIR1, sir.
No. In the filter command, that B, A, X. So B is nothing but the coefficients of the numerator of
Yes,
the FIR, and A is the
is
coefficients of the denominator. So your denominator in a fire case, there is denominator is 1.
yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to keep 1. Then yes, first you need to mention L, then 1, then the composite signal Y. Okay.
Yes.
So once you plot this one, once you filter out, then mention the filter some variable, and then take the frequency domain of that variable. Then only you can see now whether it is filtered out or not. Then take the frequency of that. In time domain, you can't see whether it is filtered or not. Okay, we can only visualize in frequency domain.
We need to take FFT of
yeah, FFT of that. Take in another line. Why you are putting everything in the same line? Take it in another line. Take the FFT in another line.
Yes.
Absolute. Take the absolute. Don't forget to take absolute value of that. They plot the absolute value of FFT.
Yes, sir. I took the absolute value of FFT, sir.
What is giving it?
Yes, sir.
Or absolute value of output, why you are taking? Absolute value of the FFT.
Yes.
That will complex. FFT value is always complex. अभी तक समझ में नहीं आया कि कैसे वैल्यू जनरेट करते हैं FFT का.
Sir, is it visible, sir?
Again, you are doing some mistake. What we are plotting?
Sir,
What
I'm
we are
plotting
the signal.
Absolute value of FFT, sir, by taking the.
What you are plotting in the plot? What you are mentioning in the plot?
Sir, in the plot, I wrote X. Yeah. Yes, sir, I did this.
You are plotting the filtered signal. Plot the filtered out FFT.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I've seen.
Again, I need to chop up the axis.
Yeah, chop up the axis. The normalized cutoff frequency or thoda sa around 50 by fs karo. Yeah, 45 by fs.
45, yes.
Still you are not getting.
So still I'm not getting. Should I change the cutoff frequency? I'll do it to 50 and see.
Okay, cutoff frequency. That's
Yes,
the order you are changing.
No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. This one is ordered, sir.
Order you are changing. But anyway, you now you can see that there is a filtering operation is done, right?
Yes, sir.
Now thing is that how perfectly we can design our filter. This is the crude way of looking at filter design. So we'll discuss how perfectly we can design the low pass filter in the next class. Okay. So only today this is the glimpse of how we can utilize the thing. Only thing that here we need to mention in a proper way your denominator and numerator coefficients, that is AK and BK coefficients. Okay, check it again. Actually, we are giving the input in a correct manner or not. Check the filter coefficient, that documentation. Filter command, yeah, filter command documentation.
Yes, sir.
Use this. Mention help filter, yes. Read it properly. What is writing? What is B and A? How the index, how the coefficients are mentioned. Can you read it? I can see it properly.
Sure, yes, sir. Sir, it is saying that y equal to filter b comma a comma x filters the data in vector x with the filter described by vectors a and b to create the filtered data y. The filter is a direct form to transposed implementation of the standard difference equation.
Okay.
If a of 1 is not equal to 1, filter normalizes the filter coefficients by a of 1. Filter always operates along the first non-singleton dimension, namely dimension 1 for column vectors and non-trivial matrices, and dimension 2 for row vectors.
No, what is our A and B? Okay, so
We took
so
it as a comma
A,
1 comma x.
Okay, B is our FIR coefficients, like the numerator coefficients, and A is our denominator coefficients.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means we have given in correct way the inputs.
Yes, sir. So maybe we may not be getting the correct filter coefficients. This is filtering of it, no, sir. We can try FIR1 documentation.
Yeah, FIR1 documentation you can try, yes.
So here it is saying that the cutoff frequency must be between 0 and 1, sir. Means 0 to half the sample rate, cutoff frequency.
Yes, what is that?
Sir, it is saying that the cutoff frequency must be between 0 to half of the sample rate.
Yes, that will be 0 to fs by 2.
Yes, sir.
Fs by 2 is the 1, right? That is normalized to 1.
Yes, sir. Here also we are taking 50, sir. It's like half of 100.
So you have to take 50.
No, sir. Anything we can take between 0 to 50, sir.
No. Oh, 0 to 50. Yes, yes. Then how it is normalizing? Just check it.
Sir, it is corresponding 1 to 50, sir. I guess it will divide everything by 50.
50, that is fs by 2 or fs?
Fs by 2, sir. Fs is actually 100, sir. Sampling frequency.
Okay, change is then fs by 2. Let us see how it is changing.
Sir, actually I tried, sir, 50 before. No, sir. I'll change it once. Yes, sir. I already tried, sir. We get the same thing.
No, that is the order you are changing. First 50 is the order. That is the order of the filter.
No, here, sir.
No, the normalized condition. It is fs or fs by 2 that you are dividing.
Sir, my fs is 200, sir. So we can keep this from 0 to 100, sir. The cutoff frequency.
Okay. And then it is dividing by the sampling frequency. What is written in the?
It is divided by sampling frequency by 2, sir. Means fs by 2. If we
then
do
you have to put it fs by 2.
Yes, sir. I'll do it 100 by fs, sir. We'll get fs by 2 then. I'll get I did it.
चेक करो कुछ एरर है, ब्रैकेट क्लोज करो, ब्रैकेट सही से क्लोज नहीं हुआ।
Yes, sir.
Are you
Now
getting?
we are getting. Yes, sir.
Are you getting now?
Yes, sir. Now we need to change something for people.
No, we need to change the cutoff frequency. Cutoff frequency 50 रख दिया था ना?
Yes, sir. I'll keep it.
हाँ, change करो। हाँ, 40. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we are getting it.
Now you are getting?
Yes.
Okay. So this is now the low pass filter design. So all of you got it, the students? Let me check any other one. Abhik Sen, Abhik, are you there? Low pass filter in the next class. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit more clear-cut idea how to design this in a more better way in the next class. But you can try out a few more experiments using the low pass filter. You can change on the cutoff frequency. Okay. You can change the low pass filter to high pass one also. Like we can filter out 20 and 30, only we can see 50 in the output. Can you do it? That's your task. Okay, that's your task. You find out how to choose the cutoff frequency so that it will it will be low pass, a high pass filter rather than a low pass. Okay. You have to use the FIR one. You have to look at the help, the documentation of FIR one. So you have to use the coefficients for the FIR. Now it is the coefficient for it is the low pass filter. Okay. So then you have to look at for the high pass coefficients. Okay. So that's your home task. At your home, you design those things and let us know in the next class how do you design a high pass filter. Okay, so that's it for today's lab class. So for today's lab experiment, your aim of the experiment is to realize the FIR system. Okay, and then find out the convolution using the FIR structure. Okay, and then this low pass filter will you can do it in the next class in a more detailed way, and then we'll write the journal for next lab class. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So everybody should take different values.
Yes. Okay.
Keeping the assignment for experiment number 8. Okay, so you'll see the link. It will be valid up to tomorrow 10 a.m. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so now after 15 minutes, you will see the assignment. It will be shown to your journal channel, and there you have to submit your lab journal for experiment number 8. That the circular convolution. Okay, and there you have to also add the frequency domain results. Okay, not only the time domain results, also the frequency domain results. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.